Let's do it.
And we are live on the Tech Talk. So for everyone who's all like open source fanatics and get all excited about open source, and everyone who likes to give me shit about using XSplit, Tech Talk is now being brought to you primarily on OBS.
OBS because XSplit sucks, but I
Right.
still use it. So
Yeah, well, if you guys remember, I talked last week about the fact that XSplit just kind of took a shit on me, and I said the one thing that kept me from using OBS all this time was not because, I paid for a license or anything on XSplit, or because I liked XSplit, or because they even knew who I was. It was because of the fact that I couldn't play videos. Well, guess what? Plugins now allow you to play videos. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and roll that intro.
do it.
Yep, I can't even hear the music, but I know it's playing because the little sound meter's going.
Am I there
It's
yet?
really weird having the intro play but not being able to hear it. But I know they could hear it.
That's weird. Why can't you hear it? Is it because there's no loop back on it, or
There is a loopback option, but I chose not to have it do it because it's a third-party plugin.
oh,
And there's an option in there where you can have it loop back or output to stream or output to audio source.
And for those of you guys watching that do not know what OBS or XSplit is, then you've been in a closet. But anyways, it's basically live streaming software that like encodes your video and sends it out live. It's what you have to use if you want to live stream on YouTube or
Or
Twitch.
just screen
Yeah.
capture for videos. It works that way too.
No, it's great for screen capture. It's compatible with DirectX 9 through
I
11.
would say I thought nine
I think
nine
you
and
can,
up.
yeah, you can screen cap on it. So yeah, no, it's great. Like if you guys ever watch any of my old videos where I'm playing games, I know I haven't played games in a long time, but when I do play games, that's what I use to do all my video captures, either XSplit or OBS.
Yeah, yeah. So I already seen some people like, "What the hell are you wearing, Jay?" I'm literally Coconut Monkey is on his way over here, and as soon as the stream is over, we're hopping on our bikes. I was going to Periscope the ride, but the problem is,
Do it.
no, I was going to, but
Do it.
here's the problem, and it's going to hurt if I do this because I know it's going to happen.
I don't care. Do it.
I have to have an external battery source, or my phone won't survive the ride.
What? And you
And-
can't handle carrying an extra 8 ounces? Come on, Jay.
No, it's not that. Is I have a top bar bag that I could use to put the battery in,
Uh-huh.
and I already have a phone mount for my bike. That's how I monitor my rides.
Yeah.
The problem is where that bag is with the. I don't normally wear or have a top bar bag. I have a saddle bag in the back,
Yep.
and when I get down off the seat to put my foot down or unclip from my pedals, my junk goes right where that battery is. I don't feel like hopping down on the battery.
Well, I gotcha.
So I got to figure it out. And
Don't you
it's
got one of those riding jerseys with the little pouch on the back?
yeah, but the phone is in the front.
No, but I'm just saying. Oh, I see what you're saying. You need a place to put the phone.
I need a place to put the battery.
Well, put the battery in your little pouch in your back and just run a cable around you.
It's not long enough to reach from the handlebars to behind me and still be able to pedal.
Well, have you heard of a site called Monoprice?
No, what is it? Tell me about it.
It's this site where you buy cables that are 80 feet long and they cost 37 cents because they were built by a 4-year-old that lost his fingers doing it.
I also don't exactly want to tether myself to anything on the bike.
That's probably a good idea, now that I think about it. Like today when I went out, my phone was almost dead. I brought a battery, and then I realized the battery was dead, so it was all for naught. But I was periscoping with a cable basically coming out of my back pocket and just run it up to the phone because Periscope is a battery whore.
Yeah. I think I
do
used
not know of any other
65%. I think I used 65% of my battery at E3 when I did a 20-minute live stream and like a 15-minute live stream.
Yeah, I think this morning the iPhone battery holds up remarkably well, or it could just be a better programmed app.
Yeah.
When I did the walk, I made it about 32 minutes, and it drained the battery about 33% on the iPhone.
Yeah.
On the LG G4, I mean, it was sucking it.
Well,
like through a straw.
you've got so many battery packs on you. You just plug one in like I do. I did at E3. But yeah, I'll look at it and I'll see if there's a way I can attach the battery. I'm not worried about the weight of the battery. I just don't want to. Even though I know it's there, I've got muscle memory of the way I get down off the seat. And
I just want you periscoping so that I can just sit there with my screen capture keystroke ready.
So when I eat shit,
When
you're
you
like,
when you just eat shit into a telephone pole or somebody honks at you and you go into a ditch, I'm just gonna be like meme 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 meme.
if I eat crap, you know how many hearts will pop up if I fall?
Dude, like that's just all the hearts, like
Yeah.
absolutely all 500 from every single viewer.
Yeah.
No, I was surprised that Periscope engaged so hard. Like the first
That
time I
kind
did
of
a
came out
Periscope,
of nowhere,
it's like,
didn't it?
huh?
That kind of came out of nowhere, didn't it?
Yeah. I didn't. I just went and started walking, started open Periscope, and like 250 people are watching. And I'm like, wow, this
Yep.
never happens on Twitch. Well, I mean, it does when we're doing a show together, but not when I'm
Yeah.
just by myself.
Yeah, no, I same thing yesterday. We had several hundred viewers watching during the E3 like walkthrough because I was walking through E3, and I guess I was the only person kind of really doing that. So that brought in a lot of viewers. Then I live streamed traffic on the way home. My cameraman was with me, and we were doing a Q&A. But I had never heard of Periscope until you did your walks, and so I was like, oh, I'll check this out. And the real test was yesterday E3. I turned off LTE because LTE was so congested. Everyone's got 4G phones now.
Right.
So
right.
when 4G is congested and you can't get any data, I was telling people, pro tip, turn off your LTE and go back on 3G. It's wide open. Nobody's on it anymore.
Yeah, because it's completely different band and hardware. So
Yep. So that all of the E3 live streaming I did yesterday was on 3G and was flawless.
Oh wow. You know what I need to figure out with Periscope though is I think there's a way to save the video on your phone. I haven't figured it out yet, but I think there's a way to save the video on your phone so then you can download the computer and upload it to YouTube if you want.
Yeah, because it only stays in your history for like a day.
Yeah, because what I wanted to do is I didn't really want to make it public because I know people on YouTube will get pissed if I upload the videos with the big black bars.
Yeah.
But I would like to upload it to YouTube and just set it as unlisted and then give it to everybody on Twitter and Facebook because like every time I Periscope, I get bombarded with Twitter. It's like, oh my God, I missed it. And I'm like, well, just go watch it on Periscope. And it's apparently you can only watch the replay on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that sucks. Because you can watch the live stream on the computers, but you can't watch the replay that I know of.
I watched a live stream actually of the developer today who was putting out release notes. He was like doing live release notes to everybody. And so everyone was like, please, for the love of God, tell us you enabled landscape mode. Because, I mean, come on. The moment I turned on Periscope, you know how many people were like, Jay, you're holding the phone like a noob. Jay, you're holding the phone like a noob. It's like, I can't. If I turn it sideways, then it's sideways for everybody.
I almost think it was a marketing gimmick. I almost think that they did that orientation as a marketing gimmick just so that if you saw that video, you would immediately think it was a Periscope video.
Or it could be like any, cop abuse of power video. They're always holding the camera that way. So it's like, I don't know. Anyone who knows how to do videography knows landscape. Landscape.
It should at least be an option,
Yeah.
At least just make it an option if some people want that whole nostalgia up and down thing.
That's gonna come. As a developer, and the amount of people crying for it, they would have to do it.
Plus, the latency between the chat and the video is phenomenally good. Yeah, like the most I've ever experienced is maybe 10 or 15 seconds of lag.
Yeah.
Like when I was on a really bad connection. But no, it's like I answer questions and it's like the chat seconds later is responding.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike what we're doing right now, where I'm like, "Hey, everybody, type #Wienerbaggins,"
and we'll see it in 6 minutes.
Exactly, like in 6 minutes, it'll start flowing by.
No, what else I thought was really cool about Periscope was when you watch the replays, you can see the chat at the time that it was happening.
Yeah, and the hearts too, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you get the full experience, and I think that's really really cool too because a lot of people when they watch back videos ask the same questions over and over, and if they keep seeing them in the chat and then they see you answer them, they'll be like, "Rock on."
Yeah,
solid.
That wasn't even a planned topic, but I just thought it was interesting to talk about. And
no, I think it is because the Periscope I think is a cool idea because one, Twitter found a way to link it to their social network, which is like what I think Twitter's like the third largest social network in the world or something like that, second or third. I think Facebook's number one. I think Instagram's competing for number 2 at this point or something like that. But Twitter's
but none of those can live stream.
Yeah, so the fact that Twitter got the lockdown on live stream and that they focused
there's your hashtag
on mobile
Wienerbaggins
devices. Oh, you saw that Wienerbaggins finally came in?
Yeah,
so that's the delay,
Wienerbaggins.
guys.
Yeah.
That's how much delay we experience. But it's cool that they decided to do the whole cell phone route because the thing is when you do something like Twitch, sure, there could be a Twitch streaming app for the cell phone, but the majority of the streams are going to be people just playing video games and sitting in front of their computer. The whole idea by limiting it to a mobile device is you're doing just that. You're monitoring people out doing the things that they're doing, and somebody is holding a device for the most part, unless they set it down and just sit at their desk and talk to it. But at any rate, it's nice because you always have that perspective that's from a phone. So it feels more personal. And that's why I think they did the whole video with the black bars is because they want to make it look as amateur as humanly possible.
Yeah. I want to do a call to action for both of us, actually. So you guys know for the last almost 6 months now, I've been doing #GoTeamJ, and we're down like 56 pounds with that movement.
Fat ass. But
Jerry started GoTeamBarnacles, right?
Actually, I should start that.
I've seen #GoTeamBarnacles for our dual supporters, and people have started using that. If you look it up, you're going to see stuff.
I just #GoTeamBarnacles. I'm just going to throw it out there just by itself. There.
Yeah.
That's my first GoTeamBarnacles.
Right. So I don't know if you guys know this or not. In February, I joined a weight loss competition at my gym. And I've worked my way up the ladder because I started late, actually. I didn't start at the beginning of the competition. So I had several weeks behind. I just unplugged my phone if you guys heard that.
And don't worry, we have tech talk. Talk.
We do have tech talk
topic.
topics.
Thank
do
you.
have tech topics. So anyway, my trainer messaged me today and showed me a picture of the leaderboard because they just updated the stats. And I've been in second place now for like quite a few weeks behind this girl that got like a massive head start at the beginning of the competition. And I've been like literally chasing her down. Almost sounds like really, really bad, doesn't it? So I am only 1.3% weight loss, total fat loss behind her. And I've got, what is this today, the 18th? 12 days to go. So basically, at her last like 4 weigh-ins, she hasn't lost any weight. So she's completely like stagnated. And I've been accelerating. I've got 12 days to lose, let's say about 8 pounds to give me a comfortable 2% lead on her. And this is also a time right now where I was just telling Jerry before the stream, like I'm kind of bored with where things are right now. Like I'm kind of bored with the diet and I'm forcing myself to get on the bike because I've been getting a little bit demotivated. Yep. So the Go Team Jay and the Go Team Barnacle stuff motivates us more than you guys know. So do us a favor and like poke and prod us on Twitter and other social medias.
Anything positive helps. Now, that doesn't mean, hey, idiot, stop putting dressing on your salad. Hey, don't eat that, you idiot. That's not healthy at all when it's like 10 times healthier than the bag of Doritos I would have eaten.
Yeah.
Encouragement, guys. Encouragement.
Jay should do keto. Nope, I do healthy diets. So anyway,
burns!
So when it comes to like you right now, all you need to focus on is a deficit from wherever you currently are. As long as you're reducing calorie intake without like cold turkey over long term, you'll win.
Well, I sat down and figured out how much I was eating because I'm a big time snacker at night, which is the worst time to eat too.
You snacker? You snacker?
No, I was eating a little over 4,000 calories a day on average to maintain 300 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So if I just drop down to 2,000 pounds, I'm going to see weight come off pretty quick. And I have. I've gone from 305 down to 294 right now. So right. I'm heading south. But it always is fast in the beginning, and then it'll start to plateau, and I'll have to do more. And that's why I'm introducing walking. I'm introducing exercise and all that stuff. But yeah, it's just it's a constant struggle. Like twice now I've gone in the kitchen and literally grabbed the bag of Cheetos on the counter and walked out of the kitchen with it. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing? And took it back and set it down. It was just like reflex.
Well, you know what I did once back when I was first starting all this weight loss stuff? When I was
severe masturbation, because I heard that works too.
Well, you've got to make sure you use both arms. That way they both get equally skinny. Otherwise, you'll get like...
Do you trade off? Because I can't use both of them at the same time, Jay.
Not at the same time. You just alternate.
Okay, there we go.
You can either alternate during or make sure each session is alternated. But anyway.
It just wouldn't be tech talk unless we just randomly went off on some uncomfortable tangent.
No, I had gone to the gas station. I was on my way to an NVIDIA meeting, and I had bought like a king-size Baby Ruth. Because that was like my candy bar. I loved the salty, nut. There's no way I could say that and not have it be taken with you giggling over there.
You like the slurp on the salty bar, did you?
Pretty much. So anyway, I bought it. I got in the car and I was leaving the gas station and I opened it and I looked down at it and I was like, what the hell am I doing? So I literally rolled down the window and chucked the candy bar like out the window into the field with the car, people behind me kind of looking like, what the hell is this guy doing? Like I bought the candy bar, rolled down the window, and then threw it out the window. So that takes more willpower than not buying it, honestly. Throwing it away once you have it.
Oh yeah,
throw away your Cheetos.
No, I can't. That's the problem. Is there's Xander's food.
That should be good enough motivation for you though, not to eat your kids' food.
You'd think, right?
Xander needs the calories.
Yeah, so a lot of people have been asking, and it's funny. I saw one person in the chat over there. They're like, "Talk about Fury. I don't give a shit about your calories." And I was like, "Well, I don't really give a shit about that guy. Jay, do you give a shit about that guy?"
I don't give a shit about what he gives a shit about.
I don't give a shit about. I don't even give a shit about what he gives a shit about. In addition to shit about. Yeah, that doesn't even make sense. But doesn't
cream-filled salty snack bars.
Cream-filled salty snack bars, homemade.
Hashtag salty nuts.
No, but the thing with Xander is he's severely underweight. You wouldn't think that would be a problem for a kid that came from me, but he literally can't gain weight. He's 5 years old and he weighs 37 pounds.
That's because his metabolism is like 8,200 calories a day.
Oh, it is. Like seriously, he just runs around like a hummingbird. So we literally went to the doctors and we tried everything to get him gain weight, and they finally were like, just stuff anything fat that you can't fat and sugar down his throat.
Everyone's telling me I littered by throwing that out. No, I fed squirrels.
You
I
can't
fed
litter by
nature.
throwing food out the window.
The wrapper, I'm sure they ate the wrapper, probably choked to death, and some baby squirrels are now without a mama. But still, I fed squirrels.
The butterfly effect. We're all going to be enslaved now by our monkey leaders in the future. Just like, what is it? What's the Apes movie?
Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes.
How could you forget that? What's that Apes?
The Apes movie?
one?
It's like the Planet of the Apes. I only just watched it like a week ago. Let's see here. So, anyways, all right, we can be done with the weight loss. Anyways, Jay and I are both trying to lose weight now. So everybody that pissed me off by saying be like Jay, well, I'm still not being like Jay other than losing weight. So
yeah, I'm 6 months into it, but I'm happy you're on board, and I never once pushed you, so that I knew eventually you'd come around.
Yep. Well, the thing is once I hit 300, I was literally like, okay, this is fucked.
That's a shitty number.
It's a shitty number, and I needed to face a lot of dark things that were lurking about. You know me, I was getting pretty cranky and defensive there for a while.
Your goal is to see your junk again.
It was. Well, let's be honest. I haven't seen my junk since I was probably 13 years old, but it would be nice to be able to see it without such a large mirror.
But you too can once again see your junk.
I'm gonna, Jay. That's my goal.
That's
my goal. I want to see that sucker peeking out and be like, yeah, success.
All right. So you've got something over about AT&T.
We have lots of topics actually because I made us a document today.
Oh, you did. And there's a couple of things on there I'm surprised you didn't cover, like the Intel layoff.
Nobody cares about Intel. Like, who cares about Intel?
But it's another opportunity to take a dig at Microsoft.
Actually,
Macrosoft.
I know the truth is I just forgot to put it on the list. I do.
Okay.
We'll talk about it briefly. Intel's rich and they shouldn't be like throwing away all their employees, but ultimately it's Microsoft's fault.
Throwing away.
Yeah.
AMD's like, come over here.
AMD's like, come over here, and then they're like, we need 6-figure salaries. Go over there.
I heard Zynga's hiring.
AMD's like, we're hiring volunteers and interns. Oh my gosh. So anyways, I guess we can talk about that just a little bit. How many employees did they say they were laying off Intel?
No, it's undisclosed. They won't comment on it because again, it was an internal letter that was leaked.
I thought that there was an estimate on it though. Let me see here.
I heard $300 million is what they were trying to save, but I don't know what that equates to. It wasn't just salaries though where they were saving it. I mean, they were cutting various R&D projects and things. Now I had a conversation with someone on Twitter, them saying that this is if AMD had been doing better, then this might not have been a PC decline, but because Intel is saying the PC decline of sales is what was hurting them.
Yeah.
But I don't think that they were looking at this from the big picture, because if AMD was doing better, then there would be even less market share for Intel, right? Which would mean less income for Intel. So this really boils down to, if only a couple of quarters of PC sales declines, which according to Steam, that's really not the case, at least if we're talking about gamers, then it really comes down to Intel being very financially immature and mismanaged, because you, as a company like Intel, should be able to survive doldrums without needing to cut $300 million worth of fat in R&D projects and whatnot. So it doesn't come down to the PC sales, it comes down to mismanagement of money.
No, I agree with you 100% that this boils down to mismanagement of money, because even in declining sales, if they manage their money right,
AMD still survived after like 2.5 years of
right, but that's my point.
Quarters.
Like even like with Microsoft, it's like you got a company like Intel that's worth enough money. It's like they could seriously survive like years of horrible downturn. But they're doing one of two things: either they're mismanaging their money, or they're so afraid of the future that they're literally just hoarding all of their resources. But that's dangerous.
It is.
That's a really dangerous move to make, because if the PC market starts up and starts flying, AMD has a really good opportunity to kick them in the nuts. Well, depending on how many people they lay off. I mean, I'm
going to look it up real quick. I want to see what. I mean, we looked this up last year, where AMD was only worth like 1.1 billion as a company.
Yeah, I was actually pretty shocked that AMD was just worth $1 billion.
But yet they still were able to keep projects alive, keep HBM alive, and launch it. And AMD right now, the Fury X card, at least according to the preliminary benchmarks, I haven't got my hands on mine yet, I do have one coming, shows that it is beating the Titan X at the 980 Ti price point, which is huge. Because if it's beating the Titan X, it's beating the 980 Ti at the same price. And that's good for competition. We need this. But they still managed to produce this card in a declined market for a company that hasn't been able to pull a positive quarter in I don't know how many years now. So what's Intel's excuse here? Let's see, Intel market value. I'm curious how many billions they're worth.
You know what I think Intel's really scared of though is Microsoft's going the direction of lean and mean. Like when they went from Windows 7 to
They're a
Windows 8
hundred
and
and
8.1,
fifty-one billion dollar company.
I wasn't expecting that. They're over
They,
100 billion
yeah, market cap 151.57 billion
for Intel.
for Intel Corporation on the
Jesus.
Nasdaq.
And they're laying off tons and tons of people.
But they're trying to cut 300 million a year. So what is
I
300?
know that's like a piss in the bucket.
What is going on over there?
They wipe their ass with that much. Like the executives like literally go wipe their butts with that. And, like,
Their
throw
dividends
it
are
into
still
the-
positive on everything right now.
This is weird. There's going to be something that pops up later on that explains this. I wonder if they're laying off massive people because they're thinking about acquiring another company or something. They're doing some kind of a merger.
They're up 1.35% today after the notice.
Intel acquires AMD tomorrow. That would be funny.
Yeah, current share cost is 32.38, but they're
Wow.
up. They're in the green after the yesterday's leaked letter. So I don't know.
So
This-
maybe it's something investors wanted for some reason. I mean, it's beyond my comprehension, but maybe
I don't
one of
know.
you guys know. Feel free to weigh in over in the chat or over on Twitter. Just go ahead and tweet us both, JayzTwoCents and @Barnacles.
Yeah, if you guys know something we don't, because this doesn't make sense. So the company is in the green, and their projections are shown to their 5-year projections are shown to be pretty level from where we are right now. And well, let's see here. Yeah,
Another thing is,
dude, their 5-year growth is like it looks like Apple. So I don't know.
you know what else? You know what else kind of sucks too. And actually, I shouldn't say it sucks. It's actually a good thing in some ways and bad in others. Is the PC market thrives selling new PCs usually because the operating system gets too goddamn slow.
Okay,
This is historically like what happens, right?
This-
Your
this-
mom, what?
I'm not meaning to cut you off. It's just
Oh, no, go ahead.
the chat's going away, and I don't want to miss it. Q Bear Kabizi says finance lesson, and he's very right. I didn't even think about this. Market value doesn't equal cash on hand.
This is true.
But that's the thing is for a company as valuable as Intel though to not be cash rich
Yeah.
makes you wonder again the financial management. What's happening over there?
Yeah, that's the other thing is they put themselves in a really bad position if their market value is so much higher than cash on hand or cash available. Because then
Yeah.
if something crashes really, really hard, then they're screwed.
Right. But that could also mean too they're operating in debt.
Like remember Apple? I remember like back when like Apple hit like some ridiculous amount of money. The market cap was so high that they basically said if they drained the Federal Reserve, they like wouldn't be able to pay Apple. Like
Oh, yeah,
Apple
that's
literally
back
had
when
more
Apple
money
had-
than what was in existence.
Yeah, Apple one time exceeded $700 a share.
Yeah, it was no, but it was like ridiculous. Like their
Yeah.
total company was valued at like more like basically the U.S. government. I was surprised that there was any lawsuits going on because like you guys cannot afford if these guys have to call in their chips.
Yep.
Well, maybe they were just kicking them in the balls so they didn't have to call in their chips.
Mm.
But I was saying about the whole chip selling business. You usually have faster chips coming out almost in step or around the same time as operating system releases because the operating systems get bigger, more feature rich, and slower.
Right.
And that was true, like everything going up to Windows 7. Windows 7 was actually a decent improvement on Vista, but now it's going the other way where because of mobile devices, everybody's basically programming really tight, lean and mean code that's designed to run on mobile stuff. So now
So
you
it's
have
taking away the need for powerful CPUs.
exactly. So now you have an operating system like Windows 8 and Windows 8.1 were fundamentally designed, not from the ground up, realized that a lot was reused from Windows 7. They were designed from the ground up in addition to the Windows 7 code to basically run on ARM devices. Really, really slow and Atom processors and because they were doing the Surface. And now you have Windows 10 coming out, and again, now they're using the Core System Initiative, where they're basically building the entire operating system on even smaller, more compact modules that are designed to run on the phone. And they've even merged all three groups together now. So Windows Phone, and Xbox are all under. Hello.
I wonder why people assume that an internet hiccup with an ISP is a DDoS.
No, they always do. They always jump to that conclusion. It's pretty funny. I think it's just because so many live streamers get DDoS that's just like the normal conclusion to jump to now.
Yeah, well, we should be
Here.
back on right now.
There we go. Video's back. Hi, everybody.
There we go. Make sure that we're actually up here.
No, I haven't gotten DDoSed ever since I went over to Mushroom Networks. Those guys are awesome. Having 3 aggregated connections going through like the third largest data center in the world actually is pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's just the thing. People think that ISP hiccups are DDoSes, and that's not the case always.
Well, we're not DDoS because we're obviously back. Ha ha! Surprised somebody didn't like claim it on like Twitter.
Chat isn't loading right now though.
Oh, it isn't. Oh, I've got chat over here.
Let me refresh it.
Everybody's saying Intel's attacking now.
Oh, there we go.
Intel's mad, bro. Was slapped with $100 million fine.
I'm
from
happy.
The FCC. Yeah, I'm super happy. I've been with AT&T for years, and they've been screwing me on this, and it's pissed me off so bad. So basically, in a nutshell, what's happening is after you get an unlimited data plan. You go to AT&T and you pay the money for an unlimited data plan. And basically, after downloading a predetermined amount of data, which I don't actually have listed here, I think it may vary in some cases, but once you hit that limit, then they massively throttle your speed back. And it's by like a lot. It's not like they just cut it down a little. I mean, they throttle your speed down to like 3G levels.
The thing is, like, and the reason why I'm happy about
wow, people are really impatient.
No, I think it's because until they hit refresh, it doesn't count them as a viewer again.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. If it goes down, if it keeps going down, then I'm just going to ride my bike.
No, that's fine. If it goes down again, you can go ride your bike and.
We might have to make this a recorded podcast.
Oh yeah, just to avoid the streaming issues.
We'll end up having to go the PKA route where there's no audience interaction, but at least we can get through the show without having to deal with either DOS attacks or ISP issues.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good idea. Either that, or if you want, I can start streaming the show since I basically have 3 connections. So even if the cable company goes down or the phone company goes down, I always have something. It might diminish the stream quality a little bit if like cable goes down because DSL isn't as fast, but maybe something we can experiment. Or maybe here, you help me after we get through this show. Before next week, you help me all get set up on this side, and let's see how well it works. Because I do have a lot of bandwidth now.
Well, the cool thing is once you're set up, you don't have to reset anything up.
No, that'd be cool because then if I'm streaming on this side with Mushroom Networks, basically we'd be streaming right at Amazon's data center.
Yeah.
And if one connection does, or even 2 connections, like go down because like somebody crashes into a telephone pole, or cuts the cable. Well, actually, they probably cut both of them. But as long as one of them's still working, we're good.
And then you can always revert to your cell phone.
Oh, everybody's going to DDoS us at 192.168.1.1. Let's see here. All right, so where are we at? Anyways, AT&T $100 million fine. The AT&T says that they're going to fight. They're definitely going to fight, and I'd imagine they would because as soon as they saw that fine, I'm sure they were like, "Holy shit, this is setting a new precedent."
Yeah.
Oh wow, you weren't moving for a second, so I was like, what?
No, I'm looking at the Time Warner cable outage map right now, and all of Los Angeles looks like it's on fire.
Uh-oh.
It's all red on the map.
Wait, isn't E3 still going today, right?
Yeah, but they brought in some other ISP for that.
Oh, they did? Okay, so
yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
I'm gonna do this right now. Let me add let me see a screen capture.
Well, the other thing is, remember, all the internet providers usually go through the same trunk line. So if E3 is producing enough traffic and they've got it that opened up, I mean, they could, in theory, saturate the network. And
see, that's the outage map right there. You'll see it on the stream, and you'll see like all of the metropolitan area of where I am right now for Time Warner is just like. So.
Oops.
That's why everyone that's like, I'm being DDoS. Yeah, I'm being DDoS by my ISP. So.
Oh my gosh. So anyways, $100 million fine. So when you reach a certain data cap, they throttle you way the hell back, and the FCC is ruling that is bad advertisement because they are not specifically saying you get unlimited data, but we will throttle your speed. They're not openly. They're saying unlimited everything, which includes speed. And a couple of people came back today.
Do you see the map on the stream?
Yeah, let me see here. Yes, I do. Oh yeah. Sure, that's not a real fire? You better hope not, because you guys don't got water to put it out.
Know.
Zing!
We'll have to start spraying like Cool Whip at it.
Yeah, Jay doesn't take showers anymore either. He just right now he probably just smells like an elephant's finger.
I just take leaves and rub them under my armpits.
Just rub them pine needles. You don't have pine needles down there. Never mind.
Yeah.
A cactus? Do you just rub cactus on?
Oh yeah, that would feel great.
So anyways, AT&T is saying unlimited data. So some people tweeted me today, and they were saying, well, even though they throttle your speed, you're still getting unlimited data, so I don't see the problem. But that's the thing you don't realize. is
They
if you
could
can
slow you
throttle
down to
someone's
like 10K if they wanted.
Exactly. That's the point. Is like, let's say you have unlimited data, and then you have another plan that's like 10 gigabytes of data. Well, if they throttle you after 5 gigabytes down to where you download 24/7 and you can't reach 10 gigabytes, oops.
Yeah, it's possible.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and just tweet out that we had to kill the stream. I wish there was a way that should
No,
we just start the stream up and say we're going to stop it?
We're already streaming right now.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
Oh, hi guys. I don't
So
have my video going. There we go.
yeah, that's
Ta-da! All right, so we're gonna wrap up the stream, guys. LA's internet is like up and down and up and down and up and down like a roller coaster. So I don't think this is gonna be a good one. But next week
we
we'll
actually
try
had topics
streaming
and
from here.
stuff. Oh well.
I know, dude. I spent so much time on that document. We're gonna talk about the Microsoft's Stephen Elop leaving the company or probably fired. Talk about the Oculus consumer model, and we're gonna talk about the Samsung keyboard bug that's basically letting hackers take control of Samsung devices.
Yeah, and I was going to talk all about Fury and 390X. So
I know, and I was going to talk about all of Microsoft's secrets too. This was finally the show where I felt comfortable telling you guys all Microsoft secrets.
go to Twitch. The problem is not YouTube. All right, well, I'm gonna go ride my bike. That'll be fun.
Jay's gonna ride his bike, and I'm gonna create a video where I turn a cell phone box into a desktop cradle. So look forward to that. We're really sorry, guys, but when the internet's completely unstable like this and we're popping on and popping off, it's very frustrating and it's hard to stay on topic. So we're gonna go ahead and save the topics in this document for the next show.
Yeah.
And we will get to it.
And after 81 live streams, I'm highly considering just turning this into a recorded podcast. We'll lose the fan interaction, but we'll also lose all the frustrations as well. So
that's true. We'll be able to upload higher quality too.
Jerry and I will talk about it, and we'll figure out what we're gonna do. So
we will. We'll figure something out, guys. All right. Sorry for the short show.
Bye, guys.